The hour has come in America, and all of us in this room can no longer be the passive recipients of whatever the politics of a nation may decree for us as citizens within this realm, but as we have the courage of our convictions. If we desire to make a contribution to make this nation bring about the fulfillment of the American dream so that it is meaningful to every segment in America, we will forget what the world will say, whether we are in our place or out of our place. And if nothing else, I'm finding all over America that people are sick and tired of the tweedledee-dees and the tweedledee-dums who constantly flip-flap from one side to another. People are interested in having candidates that are truthful, candidates that have, if you will, just a tiny bit of morality and a tiny bit of integrity, and people that they believe they can go to sleep at night and know that they're not selling them out or selling out the communities in which they live.
How do you feel this morning?
Oh, I feel wonderful. It's one of the most marvelous things that can happen in our country at this moment. Then for the first time in the history of this nation, a person of color and a woman at that is running for the highest office of this land. And it's a wonderful thing to know that in spite of the many obstacles in my path, that there's such a large cross-section of America who is behind me and saying, why not? Why not dare to dream like so many others have dreamt before me? So I'm very excited, and I feel fine. My candidacy is not to be regarded as a candidacy in which I can win the presidency of this country at this moment, but a candidacy that is paving the way for people of other ethnic groups, including black, to run and perhaps win the office. I stand before you today as a candidate for the Democratic nomination for the presidency of the United States of America. I am just so thankful that in spite of the differences of opinions, the differences of ideologies, and even sometimes within the women's movement, the differences of approaches, that here we are today, a glorious gathering of women, which at this moment in Miami is being felt by every politician that is assembled here to put together a ticket for the next 4 years. That is a step in the right direction. Let me tell it to you this afternoon like it really is. The only thing that you have going, my brothers and sisters, there's only one thing you got going. You're one. Don't sell that vote out. The black people of America are watching us. Find out what these candidates who need our votes to get across the top are going to do for us. Concretely, not rhetorically. The look on the faces of the black youth of this country as I went from one place to another. And they said, Chisholm, we know what you're going through. We know how rough and how tough. But we know you have the courage, the balls, the audacity to shake the system up within the system. And therefore, in unity, there is strength. I also want to make it quite clear that it was the delegates here that made history tonight. The delegates that made history tonight. And so, in closing, God be with all of you, and I pledge myself to crisscrossing this country once again
in terms of voter registration campaigns that swell those roads to unseat the incumbent Richard Milhouse Nixon in November.
Now, the last thing I want to say, don't let the spirit die, don't let the enthusiasm die. Just let's say that this is a wonderful trip that we all took together during the past 7 months, that we have learned from our errors, God knows there are plenty, that we have gained experience, and that if there is to be a next time, we will start a little bit differently because we will have learned and we will be able to continue. I am not downhearted, I'm not disillusioned, I am not bitter.